Hello. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and have a demo for the new feature that we added. All right, so I added under the sales tab, which is view 7. We have like the add the line items to invoice, and it's gonna display the outcome, add line item, complete sale button. All these buttons will have a function that I coded on the back end. And after that, after we put in all the required like field, then it's gonna display the sales detail table, which I made in SQL Server, and then also the sales summary. All right. It's kind of hard to talk about it right now, but I'll go ahead and demo. All right. Take a while to load. Oops. There we go. All right. So yeah, I did a bunch of tests right now. Okay. So for now we have all these current invoices, and these ones are not paid currently. All right. So we can definitely start a new sales, or actually I can just walk through like the news and the actual step of the Shopify website. So let's say we have a new customer. His name is gonna be John, and then C last name, street address, 123 address. I'll just do some random, and then yeah. This is the for assignment 3 or 2 we added before. Yeah, perfect. So we have a new customer, and let's say John is looking to buy some stuff from our place. So yep, you can see his name pops up on here. And let's say John wants some dark chocolate from our stores, and for example, dark chocolate. Let's see how many we got in stock. Chocolate, we have 145 in stock. All right. So, yep. Let's say he's gonna buy like about 20 dark chocolate. Day is gonna be today. All right, and then we're gonna have add line item. Yep, perfect. It's gonna say line item inserted, and current invoice. So we have the new invoice, which is right here, dark chocolate. Yep. So that's gonna be the sales ID number 22, product ID. John ordered 20 units, so the price total is 39. And after that, let's say we complete the sale. Perfect. So John is sales is added. Then the customer's metrics gonna have updated all that stuff in the back end, current invoice. Yep, John it's showing paid. All right, and let's say it has the clear form button. Perfect. All right, and then we go back in here. It's gonna list the top 5, like the most recent invoice that we have, which is John right here. It states that it's paid. Perfect. Yep, looks like everything works. Yep, 22 right here. All right, and can go ahead and explain the backend code. All right. So yep, I added a bunch of protected subs. Like I added in the region, the buy and sell drop down. The purpose of this is just to load the 2 drop down. And it's gonna it's the product's gonna call the this one from SQL Server. It's gonna bind to the product name, product ID, and then insert a kind of like select the product like as default. That's the first row. So technically, that's what it is. Then for yep, same thing. Customers, it's just gonna run the SQL select statement, and then prefers full name. If not, then we just do last name and then first name, and it will bind to a DDL sales customer. Like the design we have added. It just and okay, and then we're gonna move on to yep, it's just basic. Also the same like format. Like we're gonna have a default like select customer. It's gonna okay. Alright, and then we move on to the get latest sales ID. And the purpose of this will be we will figure out the most recent invoice number as I just demo before. And technically, just pull the top 5 sales ID from the sales detail table as right here. This is the top 5 right now currently we have. And just group by just bunch of SQL on the back, and then binds, and then it's gonna return the integer. Yep. Okay, and we're gonna move on to the bind sales ID by ID. Yep, just basically the same. Just show recent invoice, a line item, and select sales ID, bunch of that, and then yep, just bind to the GV sales detail grid that we have. Then this is the sales summary table. So this is going to be to show all the lines for one specific invoice. So the sales summary is gonna be this one. Oh, the last one I was talking about is this. It's top 5, my bad. But this right now the sales summary is on this one. It technically just shows the top 5 from sales summary, the newest first, and bind to GV sales summary new sale, like which is yep, this one that we created, the latest one. And the last one will bind to this one, latest GV sales detail table. All right, and then we're gonna move on to the. Oh, no, did I miss something? Oh, bind sales summary by ID. Yep, same thing. Show summary for row for one invoice, and the filters by sales summaries. Then by sales ID, and binds back to the summary grid. Which is what it does. All right, we're gonna move on to the button. So the button sales add line underscore click. First of all, we're gonna clear the feedback label and then validate the 3 inputs, which is going to be if a customer selects, if a product is selected, and if units is larger than 4. Yep, just a bunch of this. Yep, it's gonna have default like this, and if not, it's gonna default this. All right. So for example, so we do add line item. Yep, if there's nothing like input, it's gonna select customer, product, and enter unit. You know, like it's a require field. Okay, just simple stuff. Add value, customer ID, feedback. All right, that's just that button. It's for more than that is it. I think I missed something. Oh, yep, right here. So yeah, technically we just call the store procedure that I kind of made it um, while back from with customer ID, product ID, units, new sales, the checkbox. This is going to be the checkbox, true or false. And then invoice day, it cannot be no. This cannot be no. And then it captures the feedback, and then it's gonna output as a kind of text, like we see right here. All right, and then all right, just technically everything works, and then display line save, and okay, this is unchecked new sales. So the subsequent lines join the same invoice, technically like that. And then yeah, we're gonna refresh the page, binds the sales detail and the sales summary, which the 2 table right here. And this is the button sales complete, like complete sale button. All right, so same thing, clear the feedback label and then post the most recent sales ID via like through get latest sales ID. Get latest sales, yep. And calls the DPO finalized sales from SQL that we made before, and capturing feedback output, and finalize should it condense the lines item into sales summary. Then it update product, customer metrics, and mark the invoice as complete. And then after that, everything just gonna rebind details by sales ID and by sales, and this just rebind. And this is the clear form button, just technically super simple. Reset the new sales checkbox, resets both the drop down that we had. Oops. I just kind of want to show it like clear. It just reset everything. Let's say you put in some stuff right here, clear form. Yep, this reset everything. Perfect. Yep, and that's gonna be that. And oh dear. All right, for the hotel, a simple. I added a new tab, book reservation. This is actually a little bit more challenging, but took me a while to figure out. But I think everything should work. All right. So book a reservation. We have guest, room type, room number. Like that's an optional. Check-in, number of guests, basic stuff, and then the check-in, reservation ID, room fee. Then add the reservation to extra service to reservation. Um, and checkout function, and then it's gonna display this GB reservation table. And I can go ahead and walk through the demo. Just for now, it's kind of hard to explain. Book reservation. Okay, first of all, let's say a new guest enter our hotel. So we're gonna call him also John C123. Some number. Yep, new guest added. We're gonna book a reservation for him. Let's say John C. Let's say he want a. Let's get him a suite. Why not? Suite. That's an optional because suite we don't have the. I think that's like 40 something, but this only have 205. Then the check-in day. Let's say today. All right, and he got 2 guests, so we're gonna book reservation save. Yep. As we input this, it should pop up right here. Yep. Guest ID. Yep. This new line was inserted, and it's showing that the status is open right now, so he hasn't checked out yet. That's why this is empty. Room ID is empty. Room fee. All right. So we're gonna check him in a room. So for that, we're gonna see the reservation ID will be 2002. Oh no, not this. 2002. Let's get him into. Yeah, we don't have any room, so I'll just put him in 205. Since it's a suite, I'll charge him 450 tax. I think it's default by 8.9. We're gonna check in. Yep, it show check in right here. All right. Yep. It appears that the room fee it's 450 right now. Let's say he gonna order some more like extra service. Let's say he gonna rent a car. The day will be, let's say also today because he need it. Okay, it's approved, but his request is 4002. It's right here, this new line. So car rental, let's say he booked it for 1 day, so we're gonna charge him a day for $100. But add the service. All right. Okay, for some reason we have to this doesn't like refresh, but it only appears for after checkout. I'm gonna have to figure out, or let's say we refresh this page and see if it. Yep. Nope. Okay, so after we're gonna check him out, because it should appear the 100 right here, but I think I have to go back because it took me so long to figure out the problem. But I believe everything should work. Okay, let's say he checked out 2 days later. All right, we're gonna check him out. There we go. So everything is so he rented a car for 2 days. Because the amount of stay he stayed was 100 plus 2. It's November 11 to November 12. That's $200. So the taxes, the total, and it's unchecked because it's already checked out. Okay. So for part 2, a little bit simple. For this is the booking function. So we have the bind booker input. All right, I can go ahead and just walk through real quick. So we have these are small helper that like binds to our SQL. Just hotel get guest, the list of guests, display name, just on bunch of that. I think we set the default. They're just gonna call our SQL on the back end. Get the room type binds to this one. Yep, it binds to DDL room. It's just bind to them every time you click the drop down. It binds to this, and same for guests. Yep, just pull the backend data. It's pretty simple. Then get service, get room. Default by select the room, select the service, select type of the room type, and then select guest. All right, so now is the where the magic, like the button. Okay, so the book and click. Okay, let me see. Yep, just default clear space, and then we will display like let's say um, pick guest day. For example, this button works like this. For example, let's clear everything. No, yep, there we go. Yep, so for example, as default, if we don't input anything, it's just gonna display pick guest, day, number of guests. And this is going to be like a invalid day, like a number of guests. Bind server, let's see. Okay, it's gonna call this add reservation function, I mean SQL. If it works, it validates in the backend SQL. If guest ID matches, room type ID matches on the backend, then after we click that, it just display reservation saved like we did demo before. And then refresh the reservation page. Same thing for check-in. Enter valid reservation ID. Just same structure. Just call them SQL in the backend. Making sure that these match. After that, if everything is valid, we'll just say check-in, refresh. Yep, same thing for all of this. This is the button for reservation. Add extra service to reservation. All right, then refresh both data grid. After that, it just say we added like a new thing right here. This one always refresh. And then this is the checkout. Checkout is this. Yep. Just bind to the SQL in the backend, and yep, looks like everything works.